Hey everyone, it's time for a short PSA. I've been playing Origins since it's been spawned on Steam, and it's been fun. I'm enjoying it. The only problem that I've encountered was a few wanky achievements, like this one, Australia-Hungary, where if I start as an Australian tribe and then I form a federation and absorb the federation members, the achievement, I'm locked out of the achievement, and I think that's pretty terrible because the tribes over here they have it bad. They have a terrible time. Like, it's quite boring, and then having to fight all these other tribes for 200 years is not very fun. But and okay, and second, if you're waiting for a colonizer to come and so that you can reform off of a colonizer, it's going to take just too long. There's no point waiting for hundreds of years for Spain to arrive, give them, one of your provinces, and then have them just crush you instantly. So that's not fun at all. One thing that you could do, and it took me a long time to get here because I've had rulers with terrible admin power. But one thing that you can do is to get administrative technology level 5, get the exploration ideas, and mainly the quest for the new world idea. This gives access to um, conquistadors and explorers, right? So one thing is, now we have a conquistador and we kind of see the edge of Papua New Guinea, and we can try to send armies to explore here and there, right? So for example here, ooh, cool, we can maybe send somebody. Problem is, again, you see the ships won't move. We can't build any light ships because we're primitive. So they just won't explore the Terra Incognita. But if we assign an explorer here, we can't manually move it to the Terra Incognita province. But what we can do is issue the order again, and then it will go explore and put our little conquistador down wherever he's needed. So we've explored this tile, and we can do this again and again. And instead of, we can move the conquistador from province to province, but if we control click, so if I click control and then right click a province, it will use the navy instead. It will use the transport ships to move to the respective province. So for example, if I right click here, it will take this route and explore this sea tile over here. So let's go. Yeah, this is one option. Instead of walking from province to province, we're kind of cheating exploration this way. As primitives, we shouldn't be able to explore this way, but we can definitely do it. Yeah, naval attrition is going to be a problem. We have 0 sailors or very few, especially if we don't settle. Now, why this is very powerful in itself is the fact that we can meet the islands of Ternate and Tidore. And the thing is, if we meet them, they're allied with Makassar. This guy is going to be allied with some other small island nation over here. We can actually... This one's with Luvu. We can do the same trick and kind of explore this area to see what Makassar and Luvu are doing. But in general, the point of this is their armies are quite small, while our armies, we can field much larger armies because of our what's the building called? There's that building that gives you extra force limit, fortified house. So our force limit, our technology may be quite bad, but our force limit is very high. And what we can do, yeah, try to explore, gain a little bit of our sailors back. But the idea is, we move all an army here. Maybe 11,000 is not enough, but I'm just doing this for short demonstration purposes. We can move in here, and now the AI isn't extremely good at this, but we can just declare the best CB on one of the islands and just move in. With Federation leaders, any type of bonuses that you can get are good. Keep the build to force limit mission for the extra morale of armies. Make sure that you have maximum shock damage, and this is this is a bad example because of our really weakened state. They were brave enough to attack our fleet. But if you have around, let's say, 12 transport ships fully staffed, it's enough to keep their fleets in port for just a little bit until you move in and take this province. And then whoever this guy is, Makassar or Luvu or the other islanders, they won't bother actually invading Australia, right? So they're just maybe hover around with their navies and just waste time. And in the meantime, you can siege down Ternate or Tidore and wait for 5 years and get the 100%, take the province, settle it, and this brings you closer to feudalism. You can even embrace feudalism as a primitive, which is fine. But step number 2 is to either colonize this Halmahera and border the other islands, so you can reform using the trading with foreigners government reform off of the other island. If you're lucky, they will start, because once one of the island is gone, the other island will receive a mission, and they can choose one of the neighboring provinces to and start colonizing them. If you're lucky enough and they start colonizing Halmahera, once it's done, you can reform off of them and start playing as a regular nation. Also, owning the Moluccas will give you buckets of ducats because the cloves are so expensive. So then you'd be in a good position to start playing and move out into the world, reform, build a proper navy, build a proper army, explore and attack, and move towards Hungary to complete the achievement or do whatever you want. Go through, upgrade your religion or whatever. But even though this isn't the best example of how to do this, because this is obviously a failure, my navy is going to be destroyed over here. But this is how you explore with the primitive Australians. And hopefully, Paradox will fix this. Because as it is, I think it doesn't seem to match the spirit of this. Starting as an Australian tribe, that's what we did, but reforming a federation locks you out of this, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, this is it, and you're welcome. Bye.